one of my favorite couples in Ghana. This is a couple that I have a personal relationship with. So that's I'm declaring my interest in this one. I regard myself as an associate of their home, and I'm so happy that they have honored me to come to this platform. For your information, this is the first time the two of them are doing a show together. So this is historic, and I'm so grateful to them. So, as we have always done, I'll let them introduce themselves. But before they do that, remember, our next production is Dora. Why? 6th and 7th of April at the National Theatre. The early bird tickets, that's tickets for those of you who want to support us much earlier, are already out there on the outlets for 60 cedis. If you wait till 23rd of this month, you'll pay 80 cedis for the same ticket. So exercise the option, and let us see you at Dora. Why? After the 6th and 7th, we'll repeat it over the Easter weekend. So that goes for 20th, 21st, and 22nd at the National Theatre. We hope to see you there. And now, please meet the couple that have honored me and made my day. Oh no, they've made my week. I'm so grateful they could come. I never introduced a couple, so they would introduce themselves right now. Let me begin with the gentleman first. So, go.
It's been alleged that I am KSM.
KSM.
That's the rumor since that's going around. But of course, if Uncle Lebu calls me, I can't say no. So I'm delighted to be here. But my name is WHYTE Sintim-Misa.
KSM.
KSM.
KSM. And
it's been alleged that that I am Mrs. KSM. So I'm Mavis Sintim-Misa.
right. So Mavis and Kweku, you are welcome. Let me tell you something about this couple. In 1978, 76, 77.
It must be 18.
At that time, they were not married.
No.
He hadn't met. But I went to the British Council to watch a show. The title of the show was Mellow Madness. It had a young man playing 6 characters alone. So it was a one-man show, but there were 6 characters in it. I walked out of the British Council, and I have never been the same. It was the thing that gave me the dream to be a playwright and to be in the theater. And this is the man who was on stage. I owe so much to KSM from that day. Do you remember the day?
I remember the day. Yeah, British Council Hall.
Yeah, British Council Hall.
Yes, I do.
Mellow Madness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Of course, I don't remember seeing you.
No, at that time I was nobody. I was nobody.
Yeah, but yes, I do remember the day.
We'll talk about those things in another platform. This platform,
sure.
It is to talk about an aspect of you people don't know. They know you as somebody who is courageous, who is intelligent, who is insightful, but they don't know you as a lover. Today they are going to know that.
Okay.
So,
okay.
You and Mavis, how did it begin?
Well, when I met her, even when we were all together, anything I say, she would laugh, you know. So
Even when it wasn't funny?
even when it wasn't funny, she
Okay.
would. Thank you. So I was like, oh wow, you know, this lady enjoys my
jokes.
jokes, you know. Well, fast forward, you know, eventually we met after years, you know, and then we were both in the U.S. for a while.
Okay.
You know, she had come to Ghana way before I did, maybe
Okay.
a couple of years before I did, you know. But when I came to Ghana, we met, you know, and it was quite interesting because I remember her enjoying my jokes from years
Way back.
you know. But when I came to Ghana and I heard she was in Ghana as well, I said, well, maybe this is time to, you know, look again.
Okay.
You know. So I mounted a search.
Okay.
And I mounted a search, and eventually somebody told me where she lives, you know. So I go to the house, knock on the door, and then her daughter comes out, you know, and she says, yeah, hi, you know. So I said, oh, I'm here to see your mom. And he says, who should I tell is here? I said, oh, tell her husband.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And it upset her, actually. She was very upset that I, you know, but that's, you know, I said, oh, tell her husband. So she came out and saw me, and it wasn't like the...
And fumed.
I
remember I was very angry.
Yeah. It wasn't a very enthusiastic, oh, hey, you know, welcome. No, it was...
How did your daughter report that to you?
So I was asleep. I remember very well. It was in the afternoon. I had come from work to take a short nap. I was really stressed that day. And then my daughter comes and says, there's a man out there. He says, he said, it's your dad.
That's what I said.
Actually, he said, it's your dad.
Okay.
So I came out fuming. I said, how can you even do that?
Wow.
And I think he took offense. I didn't even know how he knew where I lived. He literally did mount a search.
Wow.
And so it wasn't a very pleasant meeting.
And you also took offense at the fact that she was mad?
Well, I didn't take offense per se, but I was disappointed.
Yeah.
You know, I said, where's her sense of humor? You used to laugh at everything I say. You know? Now, one small joke.
No, not to her daughter. Not to her daughter.
So I was sort of disappointed, you know, so I said, you know, basically, okay, so I guess I'll just pull back, you know, because I don't know where it was coming from.
Okay.
And guess what happened when I pulled back?
She mounted the search.
She mounted the search. Thank you.
I didn't mount it. I wanted to apologize because I had been pretty rude.
Okay, all right,
So
okay.
I called him and I said, I know I was rude.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, and it wasn't an appropriate thing
That's
to
right.
do. So I'll make up with a lunch.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So
Okay. Okay, so you finish your story. Now it is. It is still your story, so you tell your story.
Yeah. So she made up for the lunch, you know, and then another lunch,
Okay.
and then a lunch, you know, and then a dinner.
Okay.
So if you can follow the
That's right, yeah.
trajectory. So we started having conversations, and then, you know, of course I was coming back after, you know, a divorce, you know, and she had heard too was the good news too that she was also divorced, you know. So we started talking, and the rest is history.
Those were your radio vibe days.
Yes, radio vibe days.
I remember you used to talk about her a lot.
Oh, I did, eh?
You used to mention her a lot
Oh, wow.
on your program.
wow. To the extent that there was a mad woman,
Yeah.
literally mad, who was called Mavis,
Wow.
who later on came to our house that he's been calling her on radio. And we had to get the police involved.
You are serious?
Very serious.
She thought she was the one
Yeah.
he was referring to.
Yeah. According to her, yeah, we go way back. We actually married in Nigeria. And I think you said we had like 2 kids or
kids,
something.
and
Yeah.
You've stayed in Nigeria before?
No! You know, but in her memory, that's what she remembered. I guess, I don't know what she went through, but she probably has had that before in the past. But when I kept bigging her Mavis on the program, she just realized, oh, he's back, you know, or something. I don't know.
Wow.
So she came to claim, you know, her rightful role.
So when she knocked at your door and asked, who may I say is calling, tell him there's a wife. All right, maybe it's your version of the story. How did this journey begin?
My version of the story. So he did. I heard that he was looking for me, and I didn't really know why. I just
Okay.
remember him many years ago in the U.S., and I had gone to visit his school. He was having a performance. I just thought it was funny, but I don't really remember. And it's interesting. We have an interesting story, but maybe not for all of We would always go back. We would meet in different circumstances, but nothing, you know.
Okay.
I remember we were at one time caught in a storm in New York. We ended up going to his place and nothing
Okay.
ever. But then when he came to Ghana and he was looking for me, I just said, who's this crazy guy who has been looking for me? And I think he went to my sister's place because, remember,
Yeah.
she used to work with
Celtel then.
Celtel, and that's where you were going to pay a bill or something and realized we had the same last name. No, you knew her.
Yeah.
So asked where we lived, and then came to look for me. And I didn't think anything of it because, as I said, I was going through my own issues, and I
Okay.
really was not ready for the next phase of a relationship or anything. So it wasn't at all anything that I had in mind. But I think when I met him, honestly, I think he's probably one of the nicest people I had ever met, genuinely a human being.
Okay.
Okay. And at the time, I think what I probably was interested in his radio show,
Okay.
which was
Talk shop.
no, it wasn't even
The
Talk
Sunday
Shop.
one.
The Sunday one.
Nyamesumede.
The
Nyamesumede.
Nyamesumede, which I
Nyamesumede.
really loved and I used to listen to.
But the talk shop came before Nyamsumede.
Yes.
So the talk shop came before Nyamesumede.
Yes.
But I think when we started talking a little bit, then he went on
Okay.
the Nyamesumede. You're right. You have a good memory.
Oh, because I followed him. I follow KSM.
So we started talking, and then I remember one time I was trying to ask him what is his intention,
Okay.
and then he came back one day with literally his CV.
His CV.
His CV for me to review, to assess whether he was qualified to date me.
It wasn't a working CV. It was a dating CV.
I've never heard of a dating CV.
Yeah, I did put together a
So
dating
he
CV.
did,
Wow.
and I always wished I had kept that, but I thought he was just absolutely nuts.
Do you have a copy?
I wish I
I
had
gave it to
kept
her, you know,
and I just threw it away that he was just nutty person. But as he said, we just kept, the conversation started being interesting, and
Okay.
and so one thing led to another, and I guess this was in 98, 97?
97, yeah.
97.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, how did you propose after the dating CV?
After that, well, in the dating CV, I stated my intent. You
Wow.
know, I stated my intent, you know, what I was looking
Wait.
for.
Where did the idea of the dating CV come from? I've never heard of it before.
No, I guess I wanted some creative ways of getting to her because
Okay.
I thought she was very, you know, coming from the World Bank Foundation. She was working with the World Bank.
Yes.
You know, everything is so structured and
Yes.
everything is done. You know, and I wanted to break her out of that mood.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So I figured I should just come from the background with something no one has seen before.
Okay.
You
No,
know,
true.
so
I haven't seen it before.
You haven't seen her?
No.
And if a boy white hasn't seen it,
No,
you know. So I decided I'll write a CV, you know.
Wow.
You know how you have the career purpose, what you're looking for, your qualifications.
What did you put in for your qualification?
Oh, that I'm a good worker. I could work all night if I had to. If I had to. Things like that.
But what made Mavis stand out for you? Because I know when you came back, you hit Ghana like a thunderbolt.
Yeah.
People do not know this, but Tuesday mornings were not complete until you listened to Talk Shop. Because he would tackle issues people were running away from. He would tackle them intelligently, courageously, and go in depth into them. And those were long time before we found our courage. And those were not, they were not safe days to talk. You know? Those were the culture of silence, right?
Yeah.
And then he broke it. And I know you had quite a lot of fans. I know women who called you regularly on your phone, on your program. And some of them, you knew them. So as soon as they say hello, you could mention their names
Yeah.
and things like that. What made Mavis stand out for you?
She was very different to the extent that she could actually criticize me. I'm like, hey, you know, everybody thinks I am.
You're the
I am
big deal.
it, you know,
Yeah.
I'm the big deal. You
Yeah.
know? But she would tell me this, tell me that, you know, not in a negative way, but point out to me, you know, where she thought I was going wrong, things I should look out for, so many things. So I was like, wow, you know, I mean, it was refreshing to meet somebody who is not praising you for everything you do,
Yeah.
but pointing out little faults and things that you need to be aware of.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what caught my attention.
Wow.
You know, so I started picking her brains. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. How do you think? You know, actually found that I could rely on her input.
Okay.
You know, so that's what made it stand out for me. That she was like, she wasn't thrilled with this KSM phenomenon. You know, I was this.
She was real.
She was real. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. Yeah.
Mavis, what made him stand out for you?
Actually, when I met him, you know, the talk shop was not one of my favorite.
Okay. All right.
I'm normally a very quiet person, so I don't even know how I got in. And my family was, I remember I had to really try and stay away from that discussion a little bit because I was afraid, you know, they knew I was a quiet person. And but I saw this guy who was enormously talented.
That he is.
And I thought, you know, he was a piece of work. He really had the talent, but didn't really have the business sense, I thought at the time.
Okay.
And I'm that type that's always looking for business, you know, trying to grow people. And we would always engage in discussions. And he's right. Sometimes he would say something that I thought maybe needed a little bit of
Polishing.
a little bit. And he was surprised how much research I had done on him and his work.
Okay.
Because for me, in order to be able to, I wouldn't say criticize, guide him, I needed to know where he was coming from.
Okay.
And so I knew more about him than he thought I knew about him. So he was always impressed. And I made sure I did my homework
All right.
on him as well. So I think I saw this enormously gifted person. And I saw two persona. On stage, he was different. On radio, he was different. But when you met him,
he's a very different person.
Completely different person. Completely. And I was very intrigued because it was a very, very, I mean, somebody who didn't even want to talk when you were with him.
Yes.
Who would not open his mouth
Yes.
until you told him that you have to say something. You know, so I became very interested that, you know, that these two, it's almost like Jekyll and Hyde.
That's right.
You know, that on the radio is a loud mouth, on the, you know, when you see him in person. But he was, I think one thing that I really maybe attracted me was that he was a genuine human being who cared about issues. And
That's
for
right.
me, I think that's where I was coming from, that I loved people who cared about people.
Right, he did.
And I saw that in him.
I think one of the things that will surprise people about KSM is that how much of a reserved person and a shy person he is in real life. Yeah. You know, the first time I think one of his cousins invited him for a party and said, "Oh, you're going to be the MC," and he shrunk from it. Yeah. And the cousin was shocked. You should. He said, "No, I can't handle it. I can't deal with it." They don't understand that.
No.
They don't understand that.
No, to the extent that sometimes later on when we started dating and he met my family and they knew him as this loud person, And he would always be quiet in the back, and my older sister would say, if you don't say something, we'll kick you out of this room.
I remember because now radio so one can be one kazan. Oh, so it's like they were shocked. You know, they were very, very shocked that I just wanted to be myself. Well, they had issues they were discussing, but I was the outsider watching.
Yeah.
You let them talk about, but they expected me to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And
No, you were a part of it, but except that
Yeah.
to all of you out there, those of us who belong to the creative tribe, we live in our mind, in our heads.
yeah.
So we may not talk, but we are so involved. We are so excited about what is happening, and we are watching and
Yes,
listening and
yes.
taking in everything.
But we don't talk.
We don't talk. We just want to leave us. Let's just say and live because
Yeah.
we are in our mind.
Yeah. It took a long time to get used to that.
Yeah.
You know, some of our earlier
Are you
fights-
used to it now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, occasionally I'll just hit him and say something. But I think, yeah. And he has his moments of, you just say something that will make you laugh for the next couple days, so you
Okay.
leave him alone.
So he makes up for it in some ways. Well, Mrs. White, I hope you are watching and listening. No, because when we finish this program and I go home, she picks what works for her.
Okay.
And said,
okay.
did you hear what? So, Mrs. White, have you heard? Creative people, that's how we are.
Actually, when I heard you one time, I think you were saying something about when you go home, you like to be left alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it made me appreciate him more.
Okay.
After I heard you
Okay.
talking, I said,
Yeah.
oh, maybe they're all crazy in their
Yeah.
heads.
We dwell in our heads.
And what they both said, I said, I'll be sitting down quietly, but I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm working. Yeah. Very
At
busy.
work.
I'm very busy.
But he can be annoying, well, nicely annoying in that he'll be watching TV and I'll be really working and stressed. And then I said, you're not working. And then he says, I'm working.
Yeah. Yeah, he is working. He is working. I agree. I agree. Well, the interesting thing about the two of you is that both of you had been to World War I.
Yes.
What made you decide to give it love a try again?
She's starting this time.
Whoever.
It wasn't deliberate. I mean, for me, and I guess we are adults, so we can be candid about the experience. I'd been married for 10 years before. And so when I got out, I was convinced I wasn't doing it again.
Okay.
And so it wasn't anything planned. It
Okay.
was, I mean, everybody knows that I'm a workaholic. So at the time, I was married to my work. I didn't really want to date or anything.
Okay.
And so it caught me off guard, actually. It caught me off guard. And it was very scary to want to even be in another relationship. It took a while. It took getting used to. And it wasn't easy initially. It
Okay.
wasn't easy for me, but I think he made it very much easier for me.
When you thought about it, what scared you the most? Or what made you most uncomfortable about going into marriage a second time?
I don't want to go into my previous, but I thought, there were certain things that we all have our thresholds of what we can take in a marriage. And I
Yeah.
think in every marriage, you decide what your threshold is, and
Yes.
then you deal with everything
That's
else. For me, it was women. And so that was my threshold.
Okay.
That I can deal with everything else, but on the issue of,
But don't cheat on me.
yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
play
I
around.
can
Don't
deal
play
with
around.
anything else. And it's interesting that I would go for somebody who is
Out there.
out there.
And the darling of so many.
Yeah. So it took a while to trust. It took me a very long time to trust again. But I think it's worked.
Okay. Do you get my wife gets this thing. She goes to functions and she's introduced. And there's always a woman who will walk to her and say, then you are my rival.
I get that all the time.
Oh, you get that? You get that? Okay. You get that. You are my rival. I said, really?
There was a young lady that we always joke about that was so bold that she walked up to me and said, I think both of us were walking at some function. He said, hey, wait a minute to me. Oh, you remember?
Wow.
Wow. No, she asked me, KSM, this your wife? And I said, yeah, oh, this one, she's too much.
She's too much, exactly. Yeah, I think that's it.
Wow.
Very bold.
She realized she had no chance. She had no chance.
So you do get that. But,
Okay.
you know, if there's an element of trust,
Yeah.
and listen, you know, life is what it is.
My wife has worked out a solution to that. So you introduced yourself and said, oh, you are my rival. I said, oh, then you are rival number, and then she'll give you a random number.
I need to get to that.
Then they go, oh, there are that many of us. So oh, yes, you are many. You are many, and that doesn't where kills it.
Yeah.
So KSM, what made you decide to give this another try?
Well, actually, I really, at some point, I just felt I needed company. You know?
Okay.
I mean, I was on there, I was having, you know, but I was craving having company, you know, and basically somebody I could call and confide in and talk to and just know I had a support system that was not, quote unquote, family.
Okay.
You know. So I had that feeling, you know. I didn't know it was going to be here, though. That one was not planned. I wasn't, you know, it was only after we had gone out a few times, you know, and she knew all the big places. Me, I came, you know, I'm a heavy do man, you know.
Okay, all right, okay.
She knew all the big places and things, and occasionally she would invite me, let's go here, let's go there, let's, you know. So I guess I also was enjoying, you know, the new exposure to the other elements, you know. So
you were being made cultured.
Oh, thank you. I am freer, you know. So anyway, I think at some point it did occur to me that, well, it's probably not a bad idea to move this to the next step. You know. And I remember I took it to my sister's place once. My sister is in Dansuma, you know. And the next time my sister saw me, she said, don't let her go. You know, this is it.
That's wonderful.
You know, I can tell she's managed, she's that, but she was like throwing the whole weight behind this, you know. So it started like that. I decided, okay, you know, let's pursue this further. And
both of you had children.
Yeah.
You had two, and you had.
I had three.
Three.
Yeah.
How did the children take this? At what point did the children get to know that?
I think for me, the important thing is something she said I'll never forget. That she, you know, she has hers, I have mine, you know. But I will not be a stepfather, and she will not be a stepmother. You know, he says, since she's not my stepwife, kids cannot be my stepkids.
Okay.
You know, so it was a decision that they're all our children.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So there was no step, there was nothing. We just got together, and great, you know, the age arrangement, nobody can tell. Very, very few people know that she had hers and had mine, you know.
Oh, I see. They look like.
You know, she would take, all of them were GIS, and she would take the younger girl to school.
Yeah.
And the parents would say, what's your papa? And then the kids would even laugh.
You know.
And that was her daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the one you prophesied to?
Oh, yes, that's one. Yes. That's the one. Yes. You know, and it was interesting, you know, because I think initially the kids had to adjust, you know. But
did you have to have a conversation with them?
I don't remember.
I did.
You did, huh?
I did. I think my oldest took it the hardest. Not because she missed anybody, but for the longest time they had just been with me.
Okay.
and there was no third party involved. And so we always have these funny stories about she decided to really be mean so that he would go away. So, but when they saw the funny side of him, and we just have pictures of him in their nightgowns playing with them, and they even started, getting closer than I was.
Okay.
And the boys did the same. I think the boys initially also needed a bit of adjustment, but they took to the girls so quickly that it made it so much easier. So.
Challenges? What would you say have been the challenges with the kind of backgrounds you have, with the history you have that you bring to this? Do you think that it has it been a plus, a minus, and how have you dealt with it?
Well, I think I always found overly structured. Or if you play too serious, everything has to be planned, decided on, and what about going to happen by next year? I plan in 7-year cycles. I'm like, I was more of a relaxed.
No, you plan when you wake up.
Thank you. I plan when I wake up.
When you wake up, yeah.
So that caused some friction a little bit, because I couldn't understand. I thought overzealousness to keep things in structure that way, So I thought she was too serious, and our daughter now says what she likes about the marriage is that I've taught mom how to be less serious.
How to chill.
And mom has taught me how to take life a little more seriously. So, so there's sort of a balance.
That's a great balance.
Yeah.
Great balance. Yeah. Any challenge?
Yeah, we've had a few. I mean, obviously, I was working with the World Bank for a long time, and so I had to be away for quite a bit, and for about 6 or 7 years, I was based outside.
Okay.
And so it wasn't easy. I'm sure a lot of people know we had some challenges bringing the kids. And Kweku couldn't travel for a long time. So it was very stressful. It was very, very stressful. And we had to find a way of lightening things up even during the most serious period. But I think we managed to make it work. I managed to be in Ghana every time I would have a mission somewhere.
Okay.
Managed to meet him.
You pass through Ghana.
Pass through Ghana every time, or have him meet me and so he's been to so many countries. So have him meet me in another country, even when I couldn't pass through Ghana. And so we made it work. It's yeah.
Great. The craziest thing you've done for Mavis?
Apart from the CV?
Apart from the CV. The CV was just the knock on the door.
I've done for her?
Yeah.
Wow, quite a few. You don't remember? I have special recipes that I cook that she won't get anywhere in this world. And when I go to the kitchen, the only problem they have is that I leave the kitchen a mess. But I tell them, you don't come to the kitchen. You wait when I finish the food, then come and, So she stated,
So what do you cook?
What do I cook?
Yeah.
There's one dish that I call rice puchichi.
And what is that one?
Rice puchichi.
Yeah.
It's very, very hot rice. Hot in terms of the
Spice.
pepper. Yeah.
Pepper.
Very, very, very hot peppery rice, that I do with short ribs. Back in the days when I was a meat lover.
Okay.
And I've gone down small.
All right, okay.
Yeah, but I'll do it with ribs, and throw broccoli on it. And that was rice puchichi. And they all loved it. Yeah.
I receive it. Rice puchichi.
Right. What's the craziest thing he's done that you remember?
Craziest thing that he's done that I...
Or one of the craziest, because I'm sure he's done a few.
He has this I mean, I'm not sure whether it's crazy, but it's like you can be extremely, when he's done something that I am,
You're upset.
I'm upset.
And then he diffuses it.
And then it's like, hey, Agbena Aje. And it just makes you laugh. It's I mean, he does these little crazy things that it's very difficult to be angry.
That's right.
With him. And nobody says marriage is easy. But he has very funny ways of easing tension. And even when we were going through most crazy, most challenging times, he would always come up with, hey, you as almost on my member, like that, that it makes you feel a little,
Humor.
Yeah.
Humor helps. Humor helps. So Mavis, what's the craziest thing, or one of the craziest things you've done for him?
Oh, I do a lot of crazy things for you. Clean up your socks. Let's see. I don't know. Every day is crazy with him. Pleasantly
Crazy
with him.
Yeah.
Goodness, it's a very good question. Remember?
It means we don't do enough crazy things.
I know.
No, it's because we put her on the spot. No, but this is a woman who introduced you to all kinds of exotic restaurants.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And then one time I asked her, I said, I was so family. He took me to this place that I think there were flies.
That is crazy enough. I just remember.
All right. If you just join us, we're having fun with Mr. and Mrs. Sintim-Misa. And we are discovering that Mavis is as crazy as her husband.
Thank you.
But let me remind you that you can participate in this. Send your questions to them, and we'll read them, and they will respond to them. So, Abizi, if there's any question.
Yes, please. Okay,
Nana is asking, I want to ask Mrs. if the CV also played an important role in accepting the proposal. And we want to know the details of the CV, because for me, I have a first degree in sewing.
He has a first degree?
In sewing.
In sewing.
The CV, did it make any difference?
I mean, I think years later we laugh at it,
Okay.
And we just remember when the kids and I were sort of discussing how crazy he is. We always remember these things, but it must have contributed to us starting to date.
Okay.
Because he was just, like he said, I'm a very serious person. Not serious as in I just take everything so seriously. And so for me to have a lighter person who brought laughter.
That's right.
It really
it helps.
was a plus. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Now Dole is asking, did you have children together?
No. And there was a lot of pressure. I remember when we got married to have
at least one.
At least one. And we just decided, what was the point?
Listen, they have 5 children together.
So,
Thank you.
They have 5 children together. And I think the point Mavis made, that I am not going to be a stepmother. You are not going to be a stepdad. I think it's a powerful thing that I would recommend to every couple out there who are raising children together. This issue of yema and things like that, we've got to have a rethink of a lot of these things that sometimes create unnecessary tension and pressure in the relationship. They have 5 children together. 5 beautiful children. All right. Any other?
Yes. Speaking of tension, Leonard is asking, what are some of the things that bring tension or quarrels in the marriage?
Tension or quarrels? It's sometimes I just, because of her structured every approach, I just sometimes think that she's belittling me. I'm like, oh, Sometimes I have the feeling that, and that can cause a bit of tension when I think that, no.
So those are the personality differences.
Yes.
And different approaches to life. I think that you must understand that just that by itself can create all kinds of situations. Because have you done this? Oh, no, but when, then that becomes another issue altogether. So don't underestimate personality differences, but you can let the differences enrich your relationship instead of tearing you apart. And I think that is what they have succeeded in doing. Yes, let's go on.
Uncle K, so how is dating CV like? Were there any references?
No, there were no references. There are no references at all.
Yeah, let's go on.
All right. How did you manage the kids whilst Auntie Mavis was away on work duties?
When she was away,
On work duties, yeah.
I just performed the role of both parents, basically, So I think that's how, quote unquote, even her side, her kids got so attached to me, because I was dad.
Yeah.
And the idea that we were killing that whole crap about step right from the beginning was the best thing that ever happened to this marriage, So it's like they were so together, and interestingly, the girls, her girls, actually at one point decided that they were going to take Misa as their name.
Really?
Even before they told
So
her.
I came back from a mission one day, and the older one had changed her name and had gone to change her sister's name.
Wow.
Which became a big
Issue.
issue, you can imagine,
Wow.
without even telling me. So it became a very, and that's how, and they always considered him as one of the kids.
Can you imagine?
So they relate to him more than me.
Wow.
The whole, I learned a lot from her with parenting. Because I'm the type that's always a friend, But she drew my attention to it as, look, there's a time that you have to be a father.
And there's a time to be friends.
And there's a time to be a friend. You seem to be confused about it, So I had to do a little bit of stepping back and then realign myself, So yes,
yeah, that's a bonus for marrying a deep woman. Yeah, let's go on.
What kept them together for that long since they were apart because of work?
Long distance marriage, how did it work?
I don't know.
How did you keep it? But I think Mavis has given us a clue. The fact that they made time, arranging to meet in different countries as she's passing through.
And in all our marriage, I don't think there's been one day that we have not spoken.
No matter where you were.
Yeah.
No matter where we are.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. The telcos, thank you a lot.
I was about to say that. They enjoyed most,
they
every
thank you
day.
a lot.
Every day.
Wow.
Every day. Except for about 1 week that I was mad at him, but but every day.
Every day. Communication in marriage. Yeah, let's go on.
Madam, how do you handle the fame of KSM?
That's a good one.
I honestly let him be. It's very difficult to. So one of the reasons why I probably have never been in the public eye is that we figure there's only one person in the family who should be in the public eye.
Okay.
And so I'm just a very laid back person. I don't compete. He doesn't compete in my sector either.
Okay.
But I just know him as my husband, not the stage. He always says that when he's on stage, he's working. When
Yeah.
he's out. So initially, I used to be a little concerned, not because of the fame, but because, and I'm sure you go through the security aspects of it, used to really bother me.
Okay.
Because I was never sure when somebody was going to crush him or. So I would always.
Yeah.
We had an incident in the north that somebody actually loved you so much, came to bite you in the face.
It wasn't in the face, it was on the chest.
On the
yeah.
chest, on the chest.
He said, oh, KSM, oh, today I'll bite you.
No, you're kidding.
No.
He came back with a big bite. Because
No, the person actually did.
in their custom, when they like you, they have to bite you.
So I didn't know. I said, oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, come on, brother.
You didn't think he was going to do it?
No. Actually screamed, you know, because he bit me,
So,
you know.
so security sometimes it's more of a problem than just even the
Oh
fame.
my
So-
goodness.
That was friendly fire, though. He loved me.
So that I worry.
Nanko Chiwan ko bede. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, sometimes he thinks we don't take him seriously, as if, so he says, "Hey, mom, so because we think he's just dad or
Yeah.
KSM, so.
Yeah, okay. But it helps when you are not a big deal in the house.
No.
It really helps. It gives you space to be yourself, to be, if you're not a big deal in the house. Because sometimes you just want to be human.
Yeah.
You know, you just want to be human. Yeah, go.
From Francis, what advice would you give to individuals in long-distance relationships?
Any advice for people in long distance?
Trust is an issue.
Trust, okay.
Trust is a big issue because you're not there and you hear, Ghana people talk. They'll say, "Oh, we met your husband here. There's this woman that we know." You'll get all kinds
Okay.
of. But I think it's important to know who you are with and to be able to discuss these issues that bother you.
Okay.
That listen, I'm hearing all of this. Which part of it is true? If it's not true, maybe let's be a little bit more cautious.
That's right.
So communication really, really is important when you have a long distance relationship. And being honest with each other that it's not going. Even when we came back after a long period, even starting to live together itself is also a big problem
That's
because
right.
you've been so independent.
That's right.
Yeah.
He had been independent. I had been independent. Waking up to see a sock next to me was not anything I was expecting. But you have to think of, this is a great human being that you're with. And my mother, God bless her soul, when she was alive, saw me and said, before we got together, I didn't realize she had said the same thing to him and told me, said, "This is the best man that you've ever met. Remember this. He's the most handsome. He's the nicest and the kindest person that you've ever met. And he will remain that until you die. And don't ever forget that, even when you're angry." I didn't
Right.
realize he had called him and told him exactly the same thing about me. And so I remember later on we were comparing notes and they said, your mom, you told me the same thing, you know. And so, but it always comes back that, the little things that come into relationships are just little. The bigger thing is, this is the human.
Keep a
nice
perspective.
person. Yeah.
Keep things in perspective. Deal with the issue, don't deal with the individual.
Yes.
Don't deal with the person.
Yes.
And I think it's a good thing to adopt that the person you are with is the nicest, the most beautiful, the most caring person you've ever met. And so make it work. Make it work. If it doesn't work, it's not because of him. It's because he's the nicest. So make it work. Yes, let's have any more.
Uncle K, How did you handle 1 week of no communication?
People are listening.
Oh, they are listening. They are listening.
Well, it was tough, you know, and of course, ego started coming to play. I said, well, if you won't call, fine, you know. But I guess a day or two later, I would send a text message or WhatsApp, you know, just to keep in touch. Even though she still didn't respond, you know, I knew that definitely there was going to be a breaking point somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
And so
The kids have been really great in our relationship as well. I remember that 1 week that you would always call one of the girls and then they would say, he has this thing that if you're not talking to me, you know, that type of. And then, so I think he called my daughter, one of the, and said, Mommy, so, said, Dad, you have to know, women, what did he say? You say it better.
no, it was one of our quarrels, you know, I don't know. And so I told our daughter, I said, look, I'm there, okay? I have love, I'm a good person, I'm a decent person, you know, but I won't kill myself to prove it, you know. I said, your mom always brings this wall between us whenever she gets angry, you know, and she knows I'm good, she knows this, so I won't break the wall. She says, Dad, you're missing the point. That's what women want. Break the door.
Whoa.
Yeah. Women want you to feel that.
Whoa.
That the woman want to feel that you care. So you actually try to break the door. You know, I said, oh, really? Because in my mind, okay, she needs her space, fine. Give her space. You know, let her be. He said, no, break the door. So that was a very, that was a very interesting lesson I learned. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Break the door.
Break the door.
Charlie. Kwesi, you have some door to break.
It's a border.
You have to break it.
It's a border.
Wow. No, I think that's deeper.
Yeah. So
That's
I said, well, I'm
So
giving
you're
her-
missing the point altogether.
You're missing the point.
And he did. After that, he just.
Onoka said no, he was looking to break the one. He had permission.
Come on, permission. But poor body that.
What are your fondest memories of each other?
She is gotten to a point where things that initially that I do that would make her angry, like I'm messy, you know, keep things, you know, that things that would annoy her, I do the same. I've minimized it, but I still do it, and she jokes about it, you know, like I will leave, hey, Brani, you know, the same thing that before.
She would be upset over
yeah. So I think that's something really terrific that she, you know. What was the question again? I think
your fondest
my
memory.
fondest, yeah, my is that she has grown to accommodate me, you know, and that's one of them.
And then of course the restaurants.
The
restaurants, because I'm sure some of the restaurants when you entered, you realize that you drop a baby.
You drop a baby.
Yeah.
Hey, you know.
It's interesting. You didn't know this, but you take him out, he'll come on air and talk about some of them.
See.
So I knew about some of these things on air. At that time, no, you blew this man's mind. I mean,
what she always had a problem with is she doesn't know when I'm serious and when I'm joking.
Okay.
You know, she always, up to now, unless she's gotten over that since we've been here, but she always says she doesn't know when I'm serious and when it's a joke. Yeah.
Well, just remember that we are serious in our jokes.
Thank you. That's it.
No, we are serious in our jokes. Yes, let's go.
How do you manage your finances?
I mean, we don't really have one joint account, but we have over the years, we have a sense of what we need to spend on, what we need to, I mean, if there are bills to be paid and I can pay it, I'll do it.
Okay.
If he can pay it. We don't even, it's just really a seamless effort. I mean, sometimes it's just, hey, electricity bill, then you go and pay it. If I see it first, I'll go and pay it. So we don't really have a sense of this person has to contribute to a pot or, but I think we have a very good understanding that this is generally what needs to be done.
Yeah.
This is how we do it.
Great.
It's really, yeah.
Great.
Uncle, Pastor Patience says, my husband broke the door by calling me a gangster pastor. I'm still smiling from last night.
He's still doing what?
She's still smiling from that comment.
Okay. Keep doing it. Keep doing what you do. Keep doing it.
What role has humor and satire played in your marriage?
Oh, a lot.
Well, I think they've talked about it. It diffuses the tension
Yeah.
of the moment,
Yeah.
and gives them the space to work issues out. So that let's go.
Has divorce ever crossed your mind?
No, I think one time I joked that he was doing something and I said I was going to divorce him and he said well, he'll have me arrested or something.
Well, and if you go to the police station, what were you going to say? What were you going to say to get arrested?
And he actually followed up. He said, between you and I, who will they believe?
All right, so the answer is no. Yeah, the answer is no. It's been fun. I don't do this often, but today I think I'll do it. I'll give my team members a chance to ask this couple any question they want to ask.
Team.
Anyone? Ronnie, yes, Kweku. Kweku will not be on camera, so let me describe him. He hasn't shaved for 3 years.
Oh my goodness.
And no. Kweku's problem is not that he hasn't shaved. His head has started growing lower. You know, the hair.
Who feel I don't have hair? So I need to prove to them that
You have hair, but just that is growing in the wrong place. All right, Kweku, ask your question.
Madam, you spoke about business side. How do you think KSM can reshape or sustain the stage comedy in terms of business? And also, because you're also from the World Bank, you also have a perspective of how our creative industry is.
Oh, goodness.
What can he do to make it so that more people will be interested?
All right, thank you, Kweku. Mavis, in what ways has your business background helped him as a creative person? How have you tried to help him?
I hope that sometimes I annoy him by being too business focused.
And asking the right questions.
Well, I'm not sure I think he thinks it's the right questions.
Yeah, but it is the right questions.
I mean, we really discuss what is it that he can write and not even think of who will show up.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just really just flip the question.
Yeah.
Is what is it that? And by the way, I mean I think you're doing an excellent job, and I always admire you because I think you bring both the business and the.
Yeah, but give him props. Give him props as well.
No. I mean, he knows I'm his biggest fan.
Yeah.
I really.
No, give him
really
props for what I'm doing. That's what I'm saying. That's for what I'm doing.
But I think that the industry is very challenging.
It is.
It's really challenging knowing what people will like, and what will make them, what will draw them to come and watch you.
Yeah.
And it's also the most challenging is just spending so much time on one production, and then it's just one production.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah.
so we discussed that. You know, how do you scale up or
Yeah.
just reproduce a lot of the content? And for me, I think where we're looking more is more on the TV. Well, not TV, on the social media, where you can do things at a minimum, a fraction of the cost.
Of the cost
of
of the live programs,
of the live
because the live programs are very expensive.
Are very expensive. So I think
They're
that's
very
where
expensive.
we're going more now.
People don't know how expensive it is. So what in our productions, what happens is that people come, the car park is full. They haven't entered, so they don't know how many people are inside. The car park is full, and they go, "Hey, Papa, you
Yeah.
and then they begin to work the the arithmetic.
Yes.
You know, Yafan said National Theatre 4,000
Yes.
and in the end, and then they've calculated the thing, and then
And what surprised me, I realized that the GRA was even sitting at the door.
yes,
On his last production, two different groups of GRA team, they were
Yes.
actually fighting among themselves.
as to who should be there. No, National Theatre has that issue. National Theatre has that issue because Osu claims it is their property. Okay, and then
main office work,
yes, also
yeah.
claims that this is there. So we have that for every event there. It always is the case. Ken, I realized that you want to ask a question, and I said you would ask a question, but we are 2 minutes behind time. So Ken, thank you very much for the question you were going to ask. Wow, you would agree with me. This has been one of the liveliest times we've had. You see why I don't mention L and R that easily that we've had on ENCORE. And I'd like to begin by thanking Mavis and Kweku for joining us. You've lightened the day. You've lightened it. One of your shows, put Mavis in. Her serious exterior is just a cover, don't mind her. Inside her, there's a crazy woman there. But it's been fun having you and telling your story. And what a story. I am going away with one thing. You are not going to be a step dad. I'm not going to be a step mom. Because I'm not going to be a step wife or step husband. That is deep, maybe. That was very deep. And it's become, it's provided the philosophy for your marriage. And helped you with the journey, and that is fantastic. So we are so grateful for your coming, and to my team, to director who is always here supervising our work, to Kweku, to Kwesi Nigeria, Ronnie Canison, Abiziga, Ken put the camera on Abiziga as I run up. Because she's looking good. She's protesting, but break the door. Break the door. and to Ken, and then we had a special guest today, Dr. Sasu, Dr. Sachs, who joined us. The others, Ike and Co are on assignment for us. So Ike, if you made the time to watch, we miss you, but we know where you are. And to you, we are so grateful that you make the investment of time and data to stay with us. I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as I have enjoyed it. So stay blessed. We'll see you next time. Hello. They call me Uncle White. I am the CEO of Roman Productions, but I'm also very